Good afternoon, America. Today is still Monday, May the 6th, and it is now 3:20. We're going to finish off Jeremiah 2. We stopped at 19. Jeremiah 2 has 37 verses in it, and it was talking about Israel is rebuked for forsaking the Lord. Israel is rebuked for forsaking the Lord. So if Israel can be rebuked for forsaking the Lord, any generation can be rebuked. Any nation of people can be rebuked for forsaking the Lord. Okay, and the last verse we read was verse 19. It was black. And I did tell you with the first reading that just about all of these 37 verses are uppercase lettering, and predominantly brown for Satan and black for sin. And the last two verses are gold for prophecy. I'm going to repeat verse 9 to you. It says, "Thy own wickedness shall correct thee, and thy backsliding shall reprove thee. Know therefore and see that it is an evil thing and bitter that thou hast forsaken the Lord thy God, and that my fear is not in thee, saith the Lord God of hosts." Now, I don't have my usual parallel book, but I do have another one similar to it. We're going to read it from here instead. "Your own wickedness will correct you, and your backsliding will rebuke you. Know therefore and see that it is an evil and bitter thing that you have forsaken the Lord your God, and the fear of me is not in you, saith the Lord God of hosts." All right, so we will start off with 20 and continue on to 37. 20 to 28 is all brown for Satan, so we're just going to read it straight away. And it says, all uppercase lettering, it says, "For of old time I have broken thy yoke and burst thy bands, and thou sayest, I will not transgress. When upon every high hill and under every green tree thou wanderest playing the hornet." Okay, so it says, "For of old time I have broken thy yoke and burst thy bands, and thou saidest," this is what the people said, "I will not transgress." This is what the people said. "But every under high hill and under every green tree thou wanderest playing the hornet." So they said they wouldn't transgress, but yet under every tree there was hornet. Everybody was giving themselves away like they do today. Okay, 21. "Yet I have planted thee a noble vine, woolly a right seed. How then art thou turned unto the degenerate plant of a strange vine unto me?" Okay. 21, I will read again. "Yet I have planted thee a noble vine," which is Lord, "woolly a right seed. How then art thou turned unto the degenerate plant of a strange vine unto me?" 22. How is it that you turn from him to worship a strange God? 22. "For thou wash thy with nitrite and take thee much sap, yet thy iniquity is marked before me, said the Lord God." 22. "How canst thou say, I am not polluted, I have not gone after Belial? See thy way in the valley, know what thou hast done. Thou art a swift dromedary traversing her way." 24. "A wild ass used to the wilderness that sniffeth up the wind at her pleasure. In her occasion who can turn her away? All they that seek her will not weary themselves. In her month they shall find her." 25. "Withhold thy feet from being upside, and thy throat from thirst. But thou sayest, there is no hope, for I have loved strangers, and after them will I go." 26. "As the thief is ashamed when he is found," and he is, "so is the house of Israel ashamed, they, their kings, their princes, and their priests, and their prophets," as it is today. Not all of them, most of them. All right. More than it used to be in the biblical time. 27, saying to a stock, thou art my father, and to a stone thou hast brought me forth. So you look upon your animals and you say, oh, this is my son. Oh, this is my brother. Oh, this is my child. And you look at a stone that breathes not and you say, oh, this stone has delivered me. Okay, saying to a stock, thou art my father, and to a stone thou hast brought me forth. For they have turned their backs unto me, and not their face. For in the time of their trouble they will say, arise and save us. Of course, you don't remember God any other time of the year, but when you're in trouble, when your life is threatened, then you call upon God. Okay, 28. But where are thy gods that thou hast made thee? Let them arise if they can save thee in the time of thy trouble. For according to the number of thy cities are thy gods, O Judah. So you have just as many gods as you have cities. So since you worship these gods, call upon these gods to come and save your behind and see if it will. Let's read it from here. Sorry if I didn't say it tenderly. It's not like we treat God with any tenderness today. So why should I be tender? Okay, 20. For of old I have broken your yoke and burst your bonds. And you say, I will not transgress. When on every high hill and under every green tree you lay down playing the hornet. 21. Yet I have planted you a noble vine, a seed of highest quality. How then have you turned before me into the degenerate plant of an alien vine that breathes not but has a nose? 22. For though you wash yourself with lye and use much soap, yet your iniquity is marked before me, said the Lord God. 22. How can you say, I'm not polluted, I have not gone after Belial, see your way in the valley, know what you have done, you are a swift dromedary, bringing loose in her ways. 24. A wild donkey used to the wilderness that sniffed at the wind in her desire, in her time of mating, who can turn her away? All those who seek her will not weary themselves, and in her month they will find her. So sometimes a woman can act like a deer in heat instead of a woman with controls of her desires. A woman who knows God will not behave like a deer. Because if she does, she will run into one who will not refuse her. If she behaves like a deer. Okay? But a deer doesn't have understanding. A woman does. So does a man. Animals don't have understanding. And this is why God requires us to behave better than the animals. But right now, the animals behave better than the humans. A wild donkey used to the wilderness that sniffeth at the air in her desire. In her time of mating, who can turn her away? All those who seek her will not weary themselves. In her month they will find her. Withhold your feet from being upset and your throat from thirst. But you say, there is no hope. No, for I have loved aliens, and after them I will go. This is what some of the people say now. There is no God. He is not real. Look at the evil we have done. He has not come down to deal with us. So he's not real. That's what we have today. Atheists all over the place. Okay? But you say, there is no hope. No, for I have loved aliens, and after them I will go. like an Arabian in the wilderness, and you have polluted the land with your whoreries and your wickedness. Where is that? I'm sorry. Is that right? Hold on. I'm sorry, on 26. Yeah. As the thief is ashamed when he is found out, so is the house of Israel ashamed. They and their kings and their priests and their prince and their prophets. As the thief is ashamed when he is found out, so is the house of Israel ashamed. They and their kings and their prince and their priests and their prophets. 28. Saying to a tree, you are my father, and to a stone, you gave birth to me. For they have turned their backs to me and not their faces. But in the time of their trouble, they will say, arise and save us. 28. But where are your gods that you have made for yourself? Let them arise if they can save you in the time of your trouble. For according to the number of your cities are your gods, O Judah. So this is what our mighty Lord is saying. Since you have turned your back unto me, and you worship a foreign vine, then when you get in trouble, call upon that foreign vine. That's what he's saying. All right. Let's continue. 29 to 35 is black for sin. All uppercase lettering. Wherefore will ye plead with me? Ye all have transgressed against me, said the Lord. 30. In vain have I smitten your children. They receive no correction. Your own sword has devoured your prophets like a destroying lion. In vain he takes our children. In vain have I smitten your children, he says. They have received no correction. They don't. Your own sword has devoured your prophets like a destroying lion. 31. O generation, see ye the word of the Lord. Have I been a wilderness unto Israel, a land of darkness? Wherefore say my people, we are Lord's. We will come no more unto thee. 32. Can a maid forget her ornaments, or a bride her attire? Yet my people have forgotten me days without numbers. Years. Okay? Not 50 years. Let's go 175 years. We've been going at this downward slope. Okay? And here we are today. Can a maid forget her ornament, or a bride her attire? Yet my people have forgotten me days without numbers. 33. Thou trimmest thou thy way to seek love. Therefore hast thou also taught the wicked ones thy ways. 34. Also in thy skirts is found the blood of the souls of the poor innocent. I have not found it by secret search, but upon all thee. 35. Yet thou sayest, because I am innocent, surely his anger shall turn from me until I will plead with thee, because thou sayest, I have not sinned. Okay, let's take it here from 29 to 35. Why will you plead with me? You all have transgressed against me, said the Lord. 30. In vain I have chastised your children. They receive no correction. Your sword has devoured your prophets like a destroying lion. 31. O generation, see the word of the Lord! Exclamation mark. I don't know why it's here, because it's not here. No, there is no exclamation mark there. It's a question mark. O generation, see the word of the Lord. Have I been a wilderness to Israel, or a land of darkness? Why do my people say, we are Lord's? We will come no more to you, you representing God. 32. Can a virgin forget her ornaments, or a bride her attire? Yet my people have forgotten me days without numbers. 33. Why do you beautify your way to seek love? Therefore you have also taught the wicked woman your ways. 34. Also on your skirt is found the blood of the lives of the poor innocent. I have not found it by secret, but plenteous on all these things. 35. Yet you say, because I am innocent, surely his anger shall turn from me. Behold, I will plead my case against you, because I have not sinned. You said, I have not sinned. Okay, let me read that again. Yet you say, because I am innocent, surely his anger shall turn from me. Behold, I will plead my case against you, because you said, I have not sinned. Okay, 36. It's the gold verse here, and 37. And it says, why gaddest thou about so much to change thy way? Thou also shalt be ashamed of Egypt, as thou wast ashamed of Assyria. 37. Yea, thou shalt go forth from him, and thy hand upon thy head, for the Lord has rejected thy confidence, and thou shalt not prosper in them. All right, let's read it from here. Why do you gag about so much to change your way? Also, you shall be ashamed of Egypt, as you were ashamed of Assyria. 37. Indeed, you will go forth from him with your hands on your head, for the Lord has rejected your trusted allies, and you will not prosper by them. Okay, that's all 37 verses of Jeremiah 2, talking about Israel sin and how it forsake the Lord backwards and forward. You know, the people of God have always just went backwards and forward with God. They would behave for a while, and then they would misbehave. Then they come back to their senses, then misbehave again. It was just this backwards and forward. This is why they ended up doing 40 years in the wilderness, which was originally 11-day journey. Why? Because they kept going backwards and forward like a wave. Backwards and forward. Never steady. Never behaving for a long enough amount of time. Okay, and this is what's going on here in America. We're not even going backwards and forward anymore. We're just going backwards. Just straight backwards. Nothing forward, just straight backwards, which makes us a worse generation than these here called Israelites. All right? So that should give you something to think about, especially when you look at the news today. You should think how happy the Lord is with us, or how unhappy he is with us. Because only he can cause so much of our land to burn. Only he can cause a flame to chase you to the water. Only he can bring a wave 50 foot high onto land. Only he can open up the mouth of a volcano. Only he can darken the moon and the sun. That's the one we're playing with. All right, thank you very much for listening to us here at Spiritual Water. My name is Brenda Guerrero, and as always, may the peace of God be upon you. May the protection of God preserve thee, and may the will of God come from thee. Until the next time, enjoy your day. Thank you for listening.